danger.
Are you going to the market tomorrow?
I don't think so.
I heard you're having trouble with some noblemen.
What's that got to do with you?
Nothing. But maybe I could help you.
And you just feel like helping me, do you? Because you've got a big heart? I don't buy it. What's your game?
Do the municipal bathhouse and the clean tax mean anything to you?
Of course! I'm a member of the Kuttenberg Council.
So, when you're going to choose the bathhouse, I need you to vote for the Kingfisher.
Why are you interested in bathhouses?
Let's say it's in my interest if they make a profit. I contributed to the furnishings, and I expect to get a return on that soon.
Oh, I see what you mean. Aye, why not? If you can help me, my vote is yours. But only if you succeed.
It's a deal. What's it all about then?
I had a bit of a quarrel with Sir Jan of Leschin, and I need someone young and strong to take my place in a duel.
You're going to fight?
You'll do the fighting, and that will settle our dispute. Do you agree?
What did you quarrel about?
Just a silly misunderstanding. Some nobleman's servant ordered a coat for his lord, except he kept urging me, and I ran out of the right fabric. So I used a different fabric in some places, and the lord noticed and accused me of swindling him.
Well, you did, didn't you?
What was I supposed to do? I'd also have been in trouble if I didn't deliver it on time.
All right. What happened next?
I wanted the bailiff to adjudicate, because I'm on good terms with him. But the nobleman insisted it to be resolved under the law of the realm, because the city law doesn't apply to him. And that means settling the dispute under the watchful eyes of God, by combat.
What are the rules of the duel?
You don't need to worry. It's not to the death.
What weapons?
Well, as I'm not a nobleman, I'm not allowed to use a sword. But you can use a mace, flail, or a hunting sword.
Oh, great. And armor?
No plate armor.
And the nobleman?
He can have everything. Sword and armor.
That's hardly a fair fight.
That's by the by, though. If I'm in the right, you'll beat him even with a stick. God's hand will guide you.
Well, I hope so. Why don't you refuse to fight the duel if you don't feel up to it?
Are you out of your mind? Disobey a nobleman? I could end up battered black and blue, or swinging from the end of a rope. What's more, I'm in the right. I've never stolen anything, and God's favor will prove it.
Have you had this kind of problem with customers before?
Never! I've never had any complaints before this. I had a good reputation in Kuttenberg, and now I'm disgraced.
It won't be my first duel, so why not? I'll take your place.
I'm glad I've found someone with courage.
Where's the duel going to take place?
The dueling spot is secret. It's out of town, so we'll go there together. If you're ready, we can set off right away.
Give me a while. I have to get ready.
But don't leave me in the lurch. Thank you, sir.
the finest
You
way.
just have to taste my sausage. It's ready, waiting for you.
Wayne, go and see the king.
Wenceslas or Sigismund?
Grüß dich. Wie kann ich dir helfen, mein Herr?
What do you have for sale? I'd like to discuss the prop. What would you say?
You won't Ja, das ist finally a good prop.
G'day, g'day.
Yellow and red.
I'll be happy to help you.
I'm here for the duel.
I'm glad you didn't leave me in the lurch. Shall we go?
Let's go.
I'm here like we agreed, sir.
Tuchmacher. Who's this with you?
My champion. He's going to fight in my name.
Sir?
I would laugh in your face here and now, but that wouldn't be chivalrous. So I'll just ask if you're ready, lad.
Can't we settle this without a duel?
What do you have in mind? I'm a nobleman, and as a nobleman, I am entitled to justice from God's hands. Tuchmacher cheats his customers, and I won't stand for it.
I didn't cheat anyone. I told you how it was, sir. The bailiff could have settled the dispute.
City law is out of the question. I want the Lord to be our judge.
Maybe we could find a peaceful solution.
Well, Tuchmacher. Your champion's getting cold feet, it seems.
Have you lost your mind? Are you going to fight or not?
I'll fight. Just as I promised.
I was starting to fear I'd win without even trying. Shall we begin, then?
I see you're fully kitted out to fight me, sir.
Are you objecting?
You in full armor? And look at me. Does that strike you as fair? Your advantage is plain to see.
Do you mean to preach equality to a nobleman, you oaf? I come from a long and noble line, and a wretch like you should shed tears of gratitude for the honor of feeling my blade. So stop blethering and get ready.
Let's begin.
God stand by us.
Today, these two men choose to settle a dispute concerning swindling and an accusation of lying. Noble Sir Jan of Lechtin and Kuttenberg Councillor Tuchmacher, represented by Henry. Both men confirm that the party whom God guides to victory in the duel has right on his side, and the defeated party is obliged to make good his debt. The combat shall continue until one of the combatants yields or flees. Are you ready? Begin. The duel is over. And Providence.
Fine days, fine wares. Come and take your pick. Quality goods, the finest wares. Don't be shy. Come closer and take a look. What?
Excuse me.
I'd like to do something.
Sehr gut. I can agree.
We've got enough to go around. Anything you need. Come and take your pick. New wares.
Hear ye, hear ye! Hear tidings of what is happening in our city! Just as...
I just wanted to know if she's feeling better.
It was nothing. Just a slight cold. Aye, a man would be calling for the priest, but women are made.
I heard
What's
nothing.
And you do. I don't
Do
off.
so.
Why?
Let's. I can.
Oh, but
It's a.
I heard a bit.
You're gonna.
You? Do you?
What'd you do?
Some except so.
Well, you.
What?
All right.
I want them, and that by.
What are the?
You don't.
What weapon?
Well, but you. No.
And then.
He can,
That's hard.
that's gone.
Why don't?
Are you? I could. What's?
Have you had?
I.
I won't.
I.
Where's the?
So if you're.
That's.
I'm here like we agreed, sir.
Tuchmacher,
My champion.
Sir,
I would. So I'll just.
I'm ready.
You have to.
I, Henry of Skalitz, fully aware of all the risks, and I shall win or lose in.
If you fight as well as you. I was afraid, Tuchmacher. Shall we begin?
I see you're fully kitted out to fight me, sir.
Are you objecting?
You in full armor? Does that strike you? You're advantage.
Do you mean to preach it? I come from a lot, so stop blether.
Give me a moment.
What's wrong?
I'd need to stretch a little.
Get a move on, then. Well?
Let's go, then.
Today, these two men choose noble. Couldn't both? Are you begin? The winner. You have heard.
I heard what? Nothing.
And you do off.
So
Why?
let's. I can.
Oh, I. But
It's a. Di-
I have.
You're gonna.
You'll do you?
What you?
Some so.
Well, you.
What?
All right.
I want them, and that. Bye.
What are the rules?
You don't.
What weapon?
Well, but you. No.
And the.
He can.
That's hard.
That's gone.
Why don't?
Are you? I could. What's more?
Have you had?
I had.
What?
I'm.
Where's
The so if you.
Let's go.
I'm here.
Took my.
Sir,
So I'll just.
I'm ready.
You.
Oh, and I.
If you. Shall we?
Give me. I'd.
Get him. Well?
Let's go.
Are you test? You're supposed to have a weapon befitting Tookmakers. Get a flail or a.
All right.
So you have a weapon. Big deal. Well, that's more like it. Is that supposed to be a threat? Well?
Let's go then.
Are you you're supposed to get a flail?
All right.
Juicy pears.
Strong onions. White, yellow, and red.
Worried about the. Well,
You.
I helped you, good sir. Come closer, don't be shy. Quality goods here.
I heard what? Nothing.
And you I
Do
off.
so.
I
I can.
I but
It's a. You're gonna.
you do you
What did you?
just some so
Well, you.
what was
Right.
I want the buy
What are the?
you do,
What?
well but you no
And the note.
he
It's hard.
that's gone.
What?
I'm
Where's the?
the Jew. So if you're
That's.
I'm here
Took
my
Sir,
So I'll just...
I'm ready.
you have
I.
If you... I was afraid... Shall we be...
Let's begin.
God's sta
Today, these two no couldn't but both the are you begin.
May the best man win.
And God's providence determined the winner. You have heard God's will.
That stings! At least it stopped the bleeding.
You really gave him what for? From the right, from the left, parry, strike. Thanks. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. I hope you'll fulfill your side of our deal now.
Most certainly.
And next time, don't resolve your disputes by combat.
Next time, I'll be careful who I make coats for. Ha 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 ha.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Well done. You were better. But that Tookmarker is just a devious little burger. He's laughing now because you got the better of...
May God give you help.
I went to see Tookmaker.
How did it go? Will he vote for us?
He had a quarrel with some nobleman who challenged him to a duel.
A duel? Like a fencing one? I didn't think people still fought duels. Aren't they banned?
If you've got blue blood, you can do what you like.
That's true. It's the same everywhere. What did he want from you?
He didn't dare fight himself, so he was looking for a champion.
And how did it turn out?
He'll help us.
Really? That's wonderful. Wow, Henry, you hero.
Oh, don't celebrate yet. It's only one vote.
But it's an important vote. Now we just have to wait till the council meets.
Do you think Adam suspects you're trying to sway the vote?
I don't know, but I don't think so. If he suspected something, I'd expect him to march in here and be as nasty to me as he always is. But there's no sign of him so far.
Did you find any more votes?
Afraid not. With the meeting coming up, everyone's kind of on edge. I suppose there are lots of people trying to get something from them, or something like that. All we can do is wait.
So now we just have to wait till they vote?
Come back in a few days' time. The councillors should have voted by then.
I will.
You're pouring it over the fence! Are you ready for it? Who, me?
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Tell me, how did you end up here? And what do you do here?
Chenyek pulled me out of the ditch and offered me a new life. Literally. I've been helping him with his the thing he's doing.
You say that like it doesn't matter to you one bit.
Chenyek matters to me. He's a great friend, and I owe him a lot. I believe what he's doing is right.
So you just do what he tells you?
Pretty much. And since I've been doing it, my life has been so much better.
Don't you have some plans and aims of your own?
When Chenyek gets what he wants, I'll open my own tavern. Until then, I'll be at his beck and call.
You don't seem to have many opinions of your own, do you?
What good would they do me? Everything Chenyek says makes sense to me. At least the parts I understand. So why come up with something on my own?
Tell me more about the guild.
Look, I'm not much of a talker. You should ask Chenyek. All I can tell you is that we're a good bunch of nice people. Poor, but kind.
Damn it.
Very well, sir.
My God, where did I put it?
I apologise.
I'd like a beer.
On the table.
Good day to you. See you later, my friend.
Careful.
Go away, lad. You've no business being here. Guten Tag. Was brauchst du?
I'd like to go into the gardens. Why are you on guard here?
I'm afraid my sister is resting in the gardens and doesn't wish to be disturbed.
That's a very fine sword you have, Goodman.
And so it should be. It was made by my father, a master swordsmith.
Well, you can tell it's perfectly balanced at first glance. I may not be able to see the blade, but the way the hilt is fitted is clearly the work of a master craftsman.
It seems you know your stuff, good man.
I'm an apprentice swordsmith.
For someone from Kuttenberg? I'm surprised I haven't seen you before.
No, my master is Martin Menchi from Prague. We're just traveling north. My master wants to deliver a piece in person.
You don't say! Master Menchi is in Kuttenberg? Do you think I could talk to him? I admire his work, and so does my father.
Of course. Come to the Hangman's Halter Tavern. My master will be pleased to have company.
Thanks! If you want to enter the gardens, go ahead. Just keep away from my sister. My father has forbidden her to speak to men.
Don't worry. I'll give you my word as a swordsmith.
Bald.
Are you Miss Adletta?
That's me. And what is your name, you handsome fellow?
Henry.
A nice name. But I have to warn you, I won't be a miss for much longer. Seeing you here makes me regret that a little, though.
The pleasure's all mine. I'm here on behalf of Caspar Rudolph. It's about the book he lent you.
Caspar? Oh, the poor thing got a proper hiding from my father. How is he?
His vineyards aren't bringing in much, and he's generally not doing too well. That's why I'm here, in fact. Bushek's book may not be the most precious manuscript in the world, but it'll help Caspar.
When we were friends, he gifted me that book. There was no mention of it being on loan. And now he wants it back all of a sudden?
Caspar really needs that book. I mean, I need it.
And I need an explanation. Gifts aren't meant to be taken back.
Caspar wants to find out what the monks put in their monastery wine. Havel the innkeeper might know, but he won't tell just anyone.
Havel from the Emperor Charles Tavern? What does the book have to do with it?
That's the one. I need to pose as a wine connoisseur to pry some information out of Havel. But I don't know much about wine, so I need to read the book. It sounds crazy, I know.
It sounds like the plot of a play. Typical Caspar. And now I'm to be a co-conspirator. I'm glad I can at least be part of this little adventure. I don't get to have much fun otherwise. Here's Caspar's book. Tell him not to give up. I'm sure his plan will work out.
Thank you, miss. I'll tell him what you said.
Farewell, Henry. Never forget me.
Careful. Greetings to you.
And with you.
At your service.
Come and take your pick. New wares.
So, that thing with your arm, did you make up?
Not a chance.
Puskat?
Cruz help.
Ah, that's a shame. There's something I need from you.
You've got legs, haven't you? Go and see her then.
Do you know what she's
Can I get something to eat and a place to sleep?
But of course, sir. And
I'd like to stay longer.
of course, sir.
Let's talk about the...
That's not in... I knew we'd come to an agreement. You're going to like it here, sir. The room...
What's new in town?
Nothing much.
Where can I find my room?
On the second floor, right across from the stairs. There's a green wreath on the wall there.
Pavel, the owner of the local inn, I assume?
That I am. How can I help you?
When I asked where I should go in this city for good wine, your inn was recommended.
You've come to the right place. You won't find better wine in this city. Have you come from far away?
Very far, Goodman. I'm Henry, and I rarely hear my name spoken in my native tongue.
Mine has an unusual ingredient in it. Let's see if you can tell what it is.
I travelled around France.
Wonderful! It's not often I get the chance to talk to someone so well-traveled. It'd be nice to have someone to discuss the drink of kings with.
An invitation I can't refuse. Thank you.
Well, good man, how shall we begin our tasting? Ah, I know. How about a little white to begin with?
Excellent.
So, what do you say to that?
Hints of vanilla. That's uncommon. And I have to say, that greenish spring colour is perfect.
You're right. A rare flavor and color tone. It's essentially a lighter wine. I like it because it's suitable for many occasions. When I don't know what to serve, I pull out a Moravian white. My father-in-law loves it. He'll be a blessed 70 years old this year, so I'm giving him a few casks to make his old age a little merrier.
That's very kind of you.
There's nothing but misers in this town. They wouldn't think twice about taking their own mother's last piece of bread. I'm not like that. Do I have money? Of course. But I don't hoard it. I try to make people around me happy.
And you're treating me to this wine. You're a real Samaritan. And like it says in the Bible, you give drink to the thirsty.
Anyway, let's have a cup of something else.
My thoughts exactly.
What shall we... Ah, I know. Let's have some red. How about a young Blaufränkisch from Austria? Or as we call it in Bohemia, Blue Frankovka.
From you, Goodman, anything. Pour away.
Quite a decent vintage.
Oof. Rather bitter.
Bitter, yes. But it is a young wine.
All right, but the colour. It's not blue at all, more of a purple. That doesn't seem right.
It's not supposed to be blue. The name is a reference to it not being as red as other wines. It's more a play on words.
Ah, forgive me. I've never heard of such a wine.
Don't worry. Nobody knows everything. Except for my wife. If you've traveled so widely, tell me, in France, what wine do they appreciate the most? And I don't mean what wealthy nobility think, but what true connoisseurs like you and me appreciate.
I'd say Sauvignon.
But that's the type of grape. I mean the type of wine. I surely don't have to tell you the grape variety is only half the taste.
Well, it's hard to come up with something off the top of my head, but I do enjoy this variety.
Ah, well, never mind. Let's carry on. Well then, let's move on to the next one. After all that quality stuff, let's refresh ourselves with something simpler. Would you like a hippocras?
Certainly. The better ones will go straight to our heads. And I'll admit, I do like it from time to time.
Nothing to be ashamed of. It's not easy to make a good hippocras. Mine has an unusual ingredient in it. Let's see if you can tell what it is.
I don't know. I'd say it's made with love?
Of course it is. But I meant a real ingredient, not some poetic nonsense.
Well, in that case, I couldn't tell you.
It's not that difficult. It's mint. But there's something off about it. Doesn't it seem a bit bland to you? As though it's missing something?
Ein großes Bier, bitte.
I'll drink to that.
Ginger. It's missing ginger.
But of course. The cook told me they didn't have any at the market. You have a refined tongue, good man. I'll give you that. After that hippocras, we should have something more high class. I've got a rare Hungarian wine from Eger. Very strong and very sweet.
Bring it on. This is no time for weak wine.
My thoughts exactly. So what do you think? Good, isn't it?
Very good and very red. Besides that, it has a sort of raised taste at the end of the tongue.
Raised taste? What do you mean?
It's hard to explain, but it really is very red.
As anyone can see at first glance. What will you tell me next? That the sky is blue?
And isn't it?
I drank this particular wine from Egger at a banquet held to celebrate the new city council. Hungarian government, Hungarian wine, and Hungarian delicacies. I was so looking forward to enjoying some nice Hungarian sausages or pate, but I ended up leaving disappointed.
How so?
They started bringing out melons, apples, plums, and all sorts of other fruit. And finally, they served fish. I don't eat fish, and fruit makes me burp. So I went hungry at a feast.
I'm sorry you're disappointed, but I think they chose the food well.
Really?
I have to refer to Galen and his wisdom. Fish and fruit are foods with a cold essence. For that reason, they should all be balanced out with a warm wine, which this exquisite Hungarian surely is, because it's sweet, strong.
Very well. The fish, I can understand. It lives in the water. But fruit ripens in the sun. Why is it considered cold?
Well, it's not so much about the sun. According to Galen, fruit is cold by nature, because blood has never flowed through it.
Thanks for the explanation. I've heard these rules before, but nobody explained them as well as you just did. Oh, forget Galen. I'd still rather have a nice duck patty with my red.
But of course. The main thing is what suits your palate, Goodman.
Well, that's Hungary checked off the list. What's next?
How about something local? I noticed there were vineyards in Kuttenberg.
But of course, we have vineyards and grapes from Burgundy that Emperor Charles himself had brought in. The local vintners grow some fine grapes, but they're still learning everything that comes after that. The local stuff gets diluted a lot. They flavor it with all sorts of shit, or leave it for vinegar.
Don't tell me you don't have a drop of anything local that would be worth trying.
Well, there's the monastery secret. A wine from the Sedlets Monastery. My cousin Jerome is the custodian of the monastery vineyard.
Ah. Why is it called secret?
Taste it, and you'll see.
You're right. The taste isn't the best. And it's flavoured with something, isn't it? Honey, maybe? Or some sort of spice?
I hope I didn't pour you a different wine. The monastery wine is some of the best you can find around Kuttenberg.
Ah. It might have gone to my head, and I don't know what I'm saying. So what is the secret?
I've heard the monks add a secret ingredient to the wine.
A secret ingredient? How do you know that?
Like I said, my cousin Jerome is the custodian of the monastery vineyard, and I handle their supply. Sometimes I bring food for the workers, new barrels, tools and the like. And from time to time, I bring them a sealed crate which smells peculiar. Jerome didn't want to tell me what's in it. But when I insisted, he told me it's some kind of incense they burn in the barrels.
Really? I've never heard of such a thing.
Neither have I. But like I said, the chest was sealed and the whole thing is shrouded in secrecy.
A real monastery secret. What should we drink next?
I'm glad you like my wine. But that's enough tasting for today. After all, I've offered you everything worth trying, and now the wine is starting to go to my head. But you're welcome to stay in my tavern as long as you like. I have to say, I really enjoyed our chat. It's rare to meet someone who really understands wine.
I enjoyed your company a lot too. Nevertheless, I won't keep you, Goodman, and I'll bid you farewell.
Farewell, and if you decide to extend your stay in Kuttenberg, stop by for a drink again.
Definitely. God be with you.
Greetings, friend. Well, good day.
The taste is full and...
God bless you, sir.
I spoke to Havel.
And? How did it go?
Good. I had to drink a bit of wine to get some answers out of him, but I sacrificed myself for the cause.
And what did he say?
It took a while, but in the end, he told me sometimes crates of a special incense are brought to the vineyard, and they apparently burn it in the barrels.
What? Incense? And he wasn't just yanking your pizzle or too drunk?
He may have been drunk, but he was telling the truth. He doesn't know what incense it is, just that they get it delivered.
Right, and here's a small reward so you don't go around saying old Casper's ungrateful. But now I need you to look into it further. We need to find out what this special incense is for. We'll have to take a look in the vineyard and take some of that incense.
We, meaning me, right?
Of course I mean you. See how well we understand each other?
I'll do it, but I want more coin. It's a risky thing to do. What's more, it's the monastery's vineyard, and I don't want to end up on the wrong side of the church.
All right. I'll give you more, but I want you to know you're bleeding me dry as is.
I'm the one likely to actually bleed. Now tell me where to look. The vineyard is pretty big.
It's big, true. But there's a vineyard house right in the middle. The custodian lives there, as well as the workers, and it's also where all the supplies are stored. Besides, there's also a side garden where they grow new varieties of grapes. If you could manage to bring me a few seedlings, they could greatly help my own vineyard.
Where exactly is the vineyard?
A short way to the north of town. It's pretty large, you can't miss it.
How do I get in? Isn't it guarded?
The simplest thing would be to get hired as a laborer. There'll be lots of work there now that it's summer.
What if they catch me?
You have to be careful. The vineyard is closely guarded, especially at night, and thieves are punished very severely. Don't get caught.
I'm on it then.
Good luck, and take care, Henry. By the way, what about the business with the Manlikas? Did you manage to get hold of the book by Bouchek?
Yes, Miss Adletter is sweet. And she even gave me back your book. Here it is.
Ah, thanks very much. I'll try to sell it and pay off at least some of my debts. Take care, friend. An elegant and lean flavor, light
always welcome to it.
Whoa! Are you hiring?
Us? Always. But don't be fooled. It's hard work. Days spent bent over in the sun. It's not for everybody. But you'll get a few groschen, something to eat, and a place to lay your head.
That sounds good.
I'll tell you tomorrow. For now, go and speak to the custodian, Jerome. He'll tell you what to do. Any questions?
What's in that building in the middle of the vineyard?
Vineyards aren't just vines. They need a place to sort, press, and wash the grapes. And we also need a place to lay our heads. We spend half a year up on this scorching hill after all.
What's the master custodian like?
Jerome? He's my cousin, and he gave me this job. Can't complain about him.
And the others?
I don't know, but I've never heard any complaints. You'll see for yourself soon enough.
What if I'm not up to it?
You have 2 arms and 2 legs, and that's all you need. The only thing we won't tolerate is someone slacking off. We have a lot of blow-ins, so don't expect any breaks. If you laze about for even a day, you'll be out of here. Understand?
I understand. I'll be going then.
All right, run along. Jerome will be waiting near the winery. And remember, wine is liquid gold, so we keep everything well guarded.
Don't worry. I don't steal.
I have to say that because we do get light-fingered individuals here from time to time. And now you know everything, off you go to work. God be with you, good sir.
I heard something.
I believe in God, the Father Almighty.
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard. How are you doing here?
The life of a winemaker is similar to the life of the vine itself. It seems showered with sunshine, but it isn't possible without tenacity and resilience. Here in the vineyard, we wake up and go to sleep with a single thought: how to bring to life a divine miracle, the nectar of wine. For it truly is a miracle. A truly fine wine can enchant kings and priests alike. And if we can create such a wine, then our time in this world has not been in vain.
What does your job entail?
The administration of the monastery vineyard consists mainly of thorough organization. I allot the jobs to the workers and make sure nobody neglects anything. But it's not just about people. I have to take care of the vines themselves and oversee their health and quality every day. True, the Sedlets monastery has many vineyards, but this is one of its crown jewels.
I'm supposed to report to you. I'm new here.
Excellent. Another young shoot ready to sprout and produce the delicious fruits of labor.
Right. The shoot. That's me.
Forgive me, young man. I'm always pleased by the presence of someone who enjoys working.
That's great. In any case, I was sent to ask what you want me to do.
You'll start today. Because why wait? There are a few hours left before the velvet blanket of night covers our vineyard.
Of course. I'll get to work then.
Excellent. What enthusiasm! What vigor! As our youngest laborer, you will be in charge of the eternal battle against the weeds that choke our beautiful plants. As soon as you spot one, imagine you're King David and uproot that evil from our land forever, just as he uprooted the Philistines from Israel.
If you hand me a slingshot, I can take on Goliath.
We hand out slingshots in autumn when we have trouble with starlings. Apart from that, you'll sometimes see a sack at the end of a row. In it are clippings and bad plants which you will take to the dung heap behind the winery here, where their earthly existence ends in the process known as decay.
All right. That doesn't sound too complicated. Weeding and organizing a funeral for some plants.
To tell the truth, lad, work in the vineyard isn't complicated, but it is hard. I therefore suggest you don the vintner's crown, a straw hat. Do you have any other questions?
What's in this building here?
This is the winery, lad. It's the heart of the vineyard. Of course, the grapes must ripen in the vineyard and are harvested there. But here in the winery they are sorted, pressed, and poured into barrels. As soon as we put the wine in barrels, it travels to the cool and dark monastery cellars, where it ages.
Where can I lay my head?
I shall take you there right away. I have to show you where to take the sacks in any case.
Forgive me, but why do you talk so strangely?
Truth be told, you're not the first to ask such a question. But the answer is simple. Our time on this earth is too short and precious to leave behind something ordinary. And I'm quite adept at speaking, unlike other human activities. So why not at least leave behind a pleasing impression?
I wonder what I'll leave behind.
I don't know, lad, and neither do you. But eventually the loom will run out of thread, and it's up to us what we leave behind. Whether it's a plain cloth or an ornate tapestry.
I'll get to it then.
May God bless your work. On you go, lad.
I have more...
Ask away. Here it is. The final resting place of weeds from our vineyard, and a vast haven for flies. The dung heap. This is where you shall bring the sacks. And moreover, after a hard day's toil, you can lay your head down in that hut over there. Questions?
I still don't actually know what I'm supposed to do.
If the tasks of a vineyard laborer are beyond your comprehension, you are either blessed by the Lord or a simpleton. I repeat, pull up weeds and take any sacks you find to the dung heap here. Now, get to work. The vineyard is large and there's plenty of work.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Mutt! Sit. Stay.
Lord be with you.
This crate smells like sulfur. This could be it.
Sparkling white! Greetings. Do you need something?
I'm back, and I've got the mysterious monastery incense. It looks like wood chips soaked in sulfur. It stinks a bit.
They were smoking barrels with this. Sulfur is the stink of hell, and this is a monastery vineyard.
Maybe there's another reason. The miners in Skalitz used to say where there's sulfur, it's easier to breathe. Healthier air.
But it stinks to high hell.
So do many noble delicacies, and they're still delicious.
I suppose you're right. I'll give it a try. I hope it doesn't make my wine reek. Here's your reward. I added a bit more, as we agreed.
I almost forgot. I have the seedlings.
Ah! I'm curious what they'll grow into. You've made me doubly happy, Henry. So, here's a little something on top for you. Farewell, good sir. Wine! Try some wine from the Kuttenberg vineyards! elegant and lean flavor, light aroma of
Thanks for the herbal
exotic
brew.
fruits, and a
My shoulder's feeling a lot.
Come here!
This